Wildcat breakdown for you. Arizona spring football here after the Thursday night spring showcase. I'm David Kelly, joined as always by Anthony Gimino. And Anthony, this was a little bit different to have this type of event in the middle of spring versus at the end of spring. What did you think about this at the timing of the event overall?
Very unusual. You always build up to that spring game, and then that can be a little bit of an event. This felt very odd, and it was just basically a tackle scrimmage for part of it. Not a lot going on, not a lot to take away, especially because of the timing.
Yeah, we don't obviously still get to see a lot of the practices. The first practice was open. I was not at that practice. This was the first time that I've gotten a chance to see things. You know, the things that I look for in these types of situations, especially from the quarterback position, you know, are they seeing things quickly? Are they releasing the ball? And I thought I saw some quicker releases from Brandon Dawkins, which is what I want to see. I thought he operated nicely and was efficient inside of the red zone. I still think that Khalil Tate is thinking too much, probably holding the ball a little bit too long, not seeing it as effectively. You had a chance to talk to Rod Smith afterward about some of the things he saw.
Right. What you said about Brandon Dawkins is exactly what they're working on. He called it tightening him up. His release is a little too long. It's not quick enough. And they think they can work on that to get the ball out a little bit faster and perhaps a little more accurate. So physically, that's what they're working on. Mentally, both guys are working on reading defenses. What are you seeing? Going through your reads, those kind of things. With Khalil Tate, one of the things Rod Smith mentioned was balance transfer. That he plays a lot of backyard ball. He kind of drifts. It's great. It's great. Yeah. He's got the arm to get away with that. Yeah. But if he keeps his feet underneath him, keeps his balance when he throws, he's going to be a lot more accurate. And that's what I see the problem with Khalil Tate. Last year was he's got the arm, but you didn't know where the ball was going. So those are the things they're working on with the quarterbacks.
The running back situation, J.J. Taylor for a broken ankle looked pretty explosive out there. Said he's only 80%, but he looked better than 80% to me.
I like J.J. Taylor. I think at any percent, I think the running back situation is going to be really good. Nick Wilson wasn't here tonight. He was attending a funeral. J.J. Taylor I can't wait to see him for the next 4 years. And then the true freshman, Nathan Tilford, a bigger back. His teammates just rave about him because he runs with a lot of power. And even Brandon Dawkins said, we haven't seen a guy run with that kind of power around here for a long time.
Defensively, I really liked Larry Tharp at the end of last year, and I think he's going to be an important piece because I continue to go back to you've got to figure out a way to put pressure on the quarterback down front, and he seems to be the type of kid with his explosiveness and his speed that could potentially be that guy that you need to try to pressure quarterbacks.
Yeah, they need as many bodies as they can. There's some on the way that perhaps can help. But one of the guys who's been really interesting in the spring so far is a guy a redshirt freshman, they moved from safety down to linebacker, and now he's running with the first team, a kid named Gavin Robertson. I think that's a name we're going to have to get used to. He really looks the part as a legit Pac-12 linebacker. And DeAndre Miller, we know what he can do when he's healthy. You cross your fingers, hope he stays healthy. But those are some of the guys that might be able to rush the passer, get some pressure on the quarterback, like your guy, Larry Tharp, and I like him a lot.
A few new coaches out there that we saw tonight, still a coach to be added, a lot of changes in that realm. How do you spin that positively? Is this program not allow that to become a situation where people look at it as people jumping off of a sinking ship after what happened last season?
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that setup. Yeah, exactly. Some of the coaches who have left have jumped to frankly, a better, more secure situation.
Safer. Yeah.
You look at Charlie Ragle, he goes to Cal. He's got a 3-year contract. Mm-hmm. That's a nice security over a place like Arizona, where everybody knows. Rich Rodriguez knows he enters 2017 on some sort of a hot seat. There's no doubt about it. Coming off a 3-win season, so yeah, it's a security of a 3-year contract versus fighting for your job. I'm going with the contract. So yeah, it's really hard to spin, and I would think it's also really hard to get guys to come here right now, knowing you're a little bit you're on some thin ice.
Yeah, especially with the new boss who was in the house tonight, getting his first look. He was introduced on Thursday. Your early impressions of him, Dave Hickey.
Dave Hickey, he. For whatever that's worth, he won the press conference. He didn't say a whole lot that you would disagree with. We're going to do things the right way. I love my family. I mean, it was all very kind of boilerplate stuff. The proof will be in the pudding down the road. But he seems like a very personable guy, a very good communicator. I think once Tucson gets to see him, get to see him speak, get him out in the public and stuff, they'll probably take a liking to him like they did with Greg Byrne. But as he said in the press conference, it's a results-oriented business, whether that's coaches, ADs, whatever. So I'll reserve judgment, but first impression was a good one.
Yeah, and results for him are going to be dollars in the coffers and butts in the seats here at the stadium come September, early September. All right, he is Anthony Gimino. I'm David Kelly, Wildcat Breakdown. We'll have more. Stay with us always here at TucsonNewsNow.com.